Hi, baddies. Welcome to Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. I am so glad all of you are here today. I'm really excited to get into this reading. It should be a lot of fun and very cathartic. Today I'm doing a pick a card reading. This one is all about how do people currently perceive you. So it really should be an enlightening reading, and there may be some tea in there too. So I hope all of you are doing really well. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello. It's so wonderful to have you. I hope you will stick around. If you are a returning subscriber or member, hello. It's so awesome to connect with your energy, and I truly appreciate each one of you for supporting the channel with your donations and your memberships. I will be going live on Sunday with the Coven level members. So if you're interested, there's a little button down below that says join. And if you hit that button, all the information will come up. There's a little video there that I did, and all the information will come up about that. So as you see before you, there are three piles of cards. I've done a bit of a pre-shuffle, and there are three objects. These little objects are animals, and they're going to be your psychic linking objects. Now, I've made a little video where you can see each object up close, so you can get the vibe of each group. Now, if you're drawn to more than one group, there's probably going to be more than one message here for you. A lot of times my readings can blend into each other. Yeah, so with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Hey, group one, all of you that selected the snake, this is going to be your reading on how are people currently perceiving you. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right. Okay. So let's get into your cards and see what came out. We'll do these first. We have the Witch's Hat, Power. That's a beautiful card. I love these cards. I love them. They're so colorful and they have great energy. We have Athamain. I can't talk, you guys. What is wrong with me? Okay, we have Boundaries. Your auntie and her medicine. Okay, Witch's Cottage, Security. Okay, how are people currently perceiving you? We have Breaking the Cycle over Fraud and Misrepresentation. We have a Phoenix here as well. We have the Phoenix Spirit. And we have Anel, Breaking the Cycle. So lots of good energy here. Let's see. We have Starseed, Gemini energy. We have Self-Care. Okay. I'll put these like right here. We'll kind of block out that bright light. And then we have Authoritarian. Oh my. Okay. And we have Darkness. I'm clearing my throat chakra, you guys. Okay. Prince, Light Attributes, Romantic Charm, Potential for Power. Okay. The reverse, I flipped it up. I flipped it upside down. The other cards, you have to flip it. The ones that are archetypes, is probably why. Shadow Attributes, Using Power for Self-Aggrandizement. Self-Aggrandizement. Okay, we have Rebel, Light Attributes, Challenges Authority, to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Shadow attributes rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. And we have teacher. Light attributes, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skills, or wisdom. Shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Okay, listen. I think you have very strong energy. I keep getting drawn to the star seed and self care. I feel a strong Uranus, Gemini, Aquarian energy here. Okay. And I think your boundaries are really high. I think um, people have a hard time getting to you. Okay. Um, I think that you phoenix a lot in your life, meaning, you've been through a lot. You've had to start over a lot. Um, you have had a lot of traumatic things happen, and I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Um, I understand what that's like. It can be very difficult. Um, wow. So you've had to take authority over the darkness in your life. Authority. Okay. You've had to kind of self empower. And people feel this through your leverage of your boundaries, how you hold your security in your life, how you, I just realized my candles aren't on. Sorry. Um, that's the Aquarian energy. I can't focus. Okay. Without my candles on. Okay. Um, you take authority in your life, you hold to your security. I feel like there's earth energy here too. Uh, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Um, but here's the thing, there's an edge to you with this rebel card here. Um, so I feel like you can come off very intimidating, hard to know. I think that's how people view you right now with your boundaries high. Okay. But you have an edge. You don't like everything that's going on in the world. Uh, and because of that, it's making you kind of, in some ways, leverage your boundaries in your personal life, lower your boundaries at times so that you can reach out to people. I do think you're tired of having to start over, and there's the edge there, like protecting what I have, protecting who I am, protecting myself, taking care of myself because I've been through so much. And it's not because you don't care about other people. And I think that is something that people don't understand when people are like this. This is someone who has been through a lot and is very powerful because of it, and really has high boundaries, and holds on to their security because they're breaking major cycles, generational cycles. And for some reason in my readings, I always hit on people who are breaking generational cycles and patterns. And it's probably because I'm doing that in my personal life as well. So I understand this energy. It's tough, and it makes you a champion. It really does. It makes you tough. It makes you a warrior. And warriors, the champions, there's focus, there's determination, there's this air, and you can be intimidating to people even when you don't mean to. But see, underneath all this armor is this magical energy, okay? And you have a lot of knowledge with this teacher, okay? And people know that. They know that when you speak, you know what you're talking about. You know who the fuck you are. You don't have to awaken to that. You don't have to search for that. You may have, that may have been part of this phoenixing process, is you know who you are and you protect that fiercely. Some of you are protecting your inner child because of trauma. But there is this air about you of digging deep and really holding your peace close and being fearless in how you preserve the security of your home, which for some of you, home is self, home is your actual home, home is your relationships, home is your family, your children. Um, some of you search for home, and some of you guys are still searching for that sense of home, because when you have a lot of trauma, and if you need help, please seek it. I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you, okay? But when you're very young and you have an intense trauma, you may never have felt the sense of home. And you may be longing for that. And that may be part of the boundaries, part of the security, trying to give that to yourself, because you're seeking it. You seek that out in your life. You have very strong energy because you've had to have strong energy. When people become this powerful, it's not because you necessarily searched for it, it's because you had to. You had to become a warrior to survive. You had to become this powerful to survive. There was no other way. These boundaries became necessary. So it's not a bad thing, but people perceive you as hard to know. They perceive you as someone who is a bit intimidating, at times very authoritarian. You know, probably when you get invited places, people may be scared to ask you. Okay. And it's just because, like, there is like a little bit of weird energy, a little bit of odd energy. And, you know, I'm a weird one, I'm an odd one, and I'm okay with that. You know, people may be kind of spooked a little bit by your energy. And it's just because you chose, instead of, like, with what you've been through, okay, this is what I'm perceiving here, is you kind of had two choices. You could have gone the road of like complete self-destruction, and that may be part of your journey. You did kind of go in this twisting path here. But ultimately, you chose the road of this higher self, of this magical path, of this path of self-empowerment. It's, for some of you, it's woven in with this kind of like dealing with the trauma, okay, in ways that may not have been self-serving, okay, may not have been good for you. And you had to learn to lean into your gifts, your abilities, your spiritual connections. And it was difficult. And some of you just directly leaned into it. You leaned into your spiritual gifts. And many of you may be aligned with like the underworld goddesses, okay? Which have helped you. But when you align with underworld energy in a very powerful way, and that's kind of where you are most of the time in your journey, it does leave kind of an odd signature on you. It just does, okay? So I'm getting that here. Some people perceive you as a little strange. Star seeds, and I don't like that label because it comes from a dark place, okay? But I'm going to call you, you're basically, I read this as someone who their soul, part of their soul identity comes from somewhere else. They're not human necessarily, or part of them is not human ish. It's hard to explain, but I think you get my drift, okay? Um, so there's this, weirdness, strangeness, oddness. And, we are the weirdos, mister. And that's the magical essence, that's the spiritual essence. And for many of you, that thing saved your life. It saved you. It helped you so much. And it gave you this power. And some of you may not recognize it, but people do. When you speak, they listen. Okay? When you speak, they listen. Remembrance, memories, nostalgia. When you speak, they listen. Okay? This one came out. Rise above the situation. I think people remember you. They remember the things that you say. You never let the petty stuff bother you. You never let like petty bullshit get in your way. And it's because you've been through so much. I can relate to that too, because when you've been through a lot of heavy shit and you've had to start over and start over and start over, the everyday issues that are so small don't really matter. You just go with the flow. Someone steals your parking place, it's really not a big deal. There's another one. There's another one over there. Things that used to really like make you mad probably don't anymore. So people see you as someone who kind of, even though you can be very intimidating, people listen to what you say. They listen to you because you have a very balanced temperament when it comes to um, petty things. You may be a boss at work, okay? You may be a manager or something. If you are, people see you as an authority, okay? They also see you as someone who's fair. You don't get wrapped up in the drama and the bullshit. And this may be you're a boss at work or you're a supervisor or just generally in your life, okay? They see you as someone who's fair. And I think you're fair because you have been treated like shit in your life. And a lot of people have no idea when they see you. Like they don't know your journey. For some of you, there are people who perceive you as someone who has had it easy. I mean, I'm not laughing at this, like at what you've been through. I'm laughing at like the sheer just the shallowness of that, to judge somebody by appearance and think they have it easy. And I'm just going to say, like, share with you, like, I have autoimmune disease, okay? And I have lupus and some other things. And it's called an invisible illness because you can look, unless you have it on your skin, you can look very healthy and be extremely ill. And so people look at you, they're like, you don't look sick. You don't look sick, but you feel like you can't get out of bed. You're so sick, Um, so, you get judged a lot because people are like, you don't look sick, unless you have it all over your skin. So, it can be hard. And there's a lot of people with lupus who really have an issue with that. I really didn't because I just collapsed. I just fell the fuck over. I just pushed myself until I couldn't go anymore. And I started to have the butterfly rash on my face. But, you know, I got judged a lot, growing up, with different stuff. So, it's really not fair to judge people on appearances. And I think you get judged a lot on appearances. They think you have it easy. Um, and I'm getting privilege here as well. And for some of you, you may be a teacher, and they see you as someone who's very smart, but may have had an easy way of attaining your degree, or something like that. Like, there's some nasty business, okay, of people saying that you got it easily, you have it easy. And the truth is, you didn't. I know you didn't. I feel this here. I feel the struggle, you know, but people judge, okay, how people currently perceive you. People judge, okay? We can't take it I know you don't take it personally. I know you don't. Building tension creates space and stillness. I feel like you are really good with people, even people who judge you. You know, I think if you, okay, I'm using employees as an example, but these could just be people in your life too. Okay, it's just the example that Spirit is giving me. I think if you have employees who are having issues, I think you know how to calm it down. Were you like the child who calmed down all the other brothers and sisters? I don't mean to get into your space, but it seems like you were someone who had to be the the maybe you were the oldest. You had to take on a lot of responsibility that wasn't yours. Libra energy here. And I feel like because of that, you're super good with people. Counselor energy here. You're super good with people. You know how to calm them down. You know how to stop the pettiness. And people perceive you as someone who's almost like a healer when it comes to this kind of stuff, but also an authoritarian. They don't want to make you mad. They don't want to piss you off. And they listen to what you have to say. I'm getting like maybe some of you guys are you work online, and people listen to what you have to say. I'm getting almost like preacher energy or spiritual leader energy or like astrology as well. You could do what I do, but people listen to you. Like, they listen to what you have to say. And I think you know that, and you take it on. Like, you understand the mantle of that. You don't take it like lightly at all. And I think people don't know that. They don't know that you understand the deeper aspects of what you do. I think you are aware that you affect the collective. I think you are aware of how your energy interacts with the collective. I think that's why you have high boundaries, and you have this energy that is difficult to know, because you're very sensitive. Everything you've been through has made you extremely sensitive, empathic. I think you pick up on people's energy. I think you don't really hug a lot of people, because when you touch them, you instantly feel their energy. It just boo, 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 boo. You get it right away. I think you may be a human lie detector. Like, you can just like tune in on people. And that's why some people, they are weirded out by you, because you know when someone's full of shit. Like, you know when someone's lying. And it just, part of you hates that, and part of you knows that makes you good at what you do. It helps you. For some of you, you may be in like the healthcare field, and having that intuition helps you keep people safe. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. And the patients you work with know that. They know that you keep them safe. Okay, let's get some tarot here. How do people currently perceive you? How do people currently perceive the snake? I think that people want, I feel like when you talk to people, they always want to spend more time talking to you. Because you have a lot of good things to share. Some of you may be writers or you journal. You write a lot and you may be thinking about writing a book, and you really should. If you're working on it, yay. That's a yay from Spirit. Keep going. Don't give up. Get started. Do the thing. Okay. I am not reading reversals, so that is the way that is. Okay. We have the Page of Wands. We have 3 of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. The 7 of Cups. The Lovers. And the 8 of Cups. Okay. Now, I read tarot both traditionally and psychically. Like I let the cards and the symbols talk to me. So, with this Page of Wands, I'm getting the rooted energy. I'm getting like people know that you are a grounded energy. It goes back to the security card. There's dependability here, okay? But there's also this energy of don't mess with me. There's fire, okay? I feel like there's also this energy of you have good ideas. You have great ideas, okay? And I feel like at times, like maybe in meetings or writing books or whatever this is, you have really good ideas, okay? And some of you are scared to kind of let go, or you're scared to, you haven't quite given birth to it. You haven't quite got it together, and you're being encouraged to do that, okay? Highly encouraged, whatever this is, okay? People perceive you as having something of value to say. They want more of you. Okay, I'm banging on the table. I'm sorry. But Spirit is just like, whatever this is, if you already have a platform, there's more for you to do. If you are working in accounting, but you're thinking of writing a book, do it. If there's something creative or some vision you're having of something you want to do it, okay? Because it feels like there's something they want you to do. And the people you speak to, the people around you, they feel like you have something to give, okay? And it really is this beautiful energy. We have the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Cups, okay? All right, so this is breakthrough energy for me, all right? And it comes through the self-knowledge, okay? That the Lovers can be about truly loving another, your person, but in this case, this is about you, okay? People know that you have some kind of mastery here, that they feel it like warrior energy, like authoritarian energy, like they can trust you, okay? You have attained a level of self-knowledge here, and people are drawn to this, okay? And I'm telling you, whatever this is, that people are going to like it, okay? People are going to like it, all right? And there's clarity here, And I feel like this is a message for you. Like there's clarity coming on this thing. Okay, whatever it is, group one. And there is this energy about you of being overwhelmed by different aspects of this manifestation, like different actions you need to take. Like, where do you start? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? There's clarity coming, and it's coming through you going into flow, going into your flow. You need to go into your flow. So if you're stuck, if you're stagnant in some area, it's time for you to do some self-care, okay? Take care of yourself. Move back from it. Stop banging your head in it, okay? Move away from it to get clarity. It's going to help you. The more confused you are, the more you clear your energy and you do some self-care. You ground your energy. It will help bring you clarity, okay? And it will help you move on. It won't be perfect. There'll still be issues, but you'll be able to figure it out. Okay? You'll be able to figure it out. And I feel like people perceive you as a problem solver, like someone who's really good at solving problems. You have good ideas. Sometimes they are out of the box ideas, but they're always logical, even when they're outside the box. Like you can see how it all comes together. People love that about you. But what they don't know is how some of you have like a whole universe going on in your brain, like a whole that needs to be expressed. I don't think people see you as someone super creative. That's the thing. Like they feel this energy from you, and you're really good at like interpersonal stuff, and they like your energy and they want more, and they may see some creativity but not this. Like this is a whole universe of expression, and some of you guys just you aren't tapping completely into it because you're not in flow. And part of being in flow sometimes is taking time to take care of yourself. Sometimes you got to take a while. All right? But if you do that, it will help give you clarity. Okay? Well, all right, group one, that's what I received for you. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group two, all of you that chose the bat, this is going to be your reading all about how are people currently perceiving you. All right, so keep in mind this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So let's get into the cards and see what came out. So the first card is Air, Imagination. Okay, we have Concealment, Cloak. We have a Watchtower of the North, Winter. Oh, okay. You might be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have discernment over cowardly actions. We have looks like a leopard here. You might be a Leo. Let's put that there. We'll look at these. We have a bully, light attributes, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helped you confront your inner fears that bully you. Oh, the reverse is shadow attributes, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Put that there. We have child eternal, light attributes, determines determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes, shadow attributes, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. What was that there? Let's get these up a little bit. Let's move you back, little bat. Okay. All right. We have mentor, light attributes. I don't know if I can read that. Let's see. It's so hard to read. Mentor. We're just going to leave it there. We have networker. Enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Shadow attributes conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Okay. Then we have abundance, Demeter. Put her right there. And then we have these two cards, unicorn and billionaire. Well, okay. Put those right there. And then we have rise up. Well, woo! I think people view you as kind of a snob, cold, kind of withdrawn a little bit. Not all people, okay? That's just like first impressions. Maybe you're a little emotionally distant, okay, to people you don't know, which I think may be kind of normal. But I'm an air sign, okay? I'm a Libra. So, you may not be the warmest person when you meet people. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Not everyone is a hugger. Not everyone is like that, But there is some fire here, I think. So you may be, you may have some of that. Also some Scorpio as well. So water, fire here with concealment. I do think people think you're hiding something. Like with this distance, I feel like from people, you may be kind of a loner. And people think you have something to hide. You may have something like a mysterious air I'm picking up on. And the thing about this bully card is I feel like you don't put up with bullshit. And you call people out on their bullshit. And, some people are offended by that. They don't like it. Well, of course they don't, because you call them out on their bullshit. It's just the way it is. And people are really offended by that, but you don't care. Like you're not going to have it. You don't want it around you. And there are people who feel like, and I feel like this is probably from family, okay? People who you've known. They feel like with this bully and child eternal, like you're irresponsible, okay? Or you have been. And hey, in our youth, a lot of us have been very irresponsible, okay? We're not perfect, all right? But there are people who hold these things against you even today, all right? So I feel like you've had to learn to kind of, with this networking, you kind of had to learn how to overcome that kind of thing. Like people who hold stuff against you that you messed up, right? And I feel like you went through a phase where you kind of defended those actions, but now you don't. Now you're like, I was just all messed up. Like I messed up, and we all do. We all mess up, It's so easy for people to throw stones, at others. But we all mess up. We all have things that we wish we could do over, right? But that kind of pain in itself causes people to get distant, especially when it comes from family, right? So, you have perceptions from family of intense judgment for mistakes you've made. Let's not talk about, mistakes your family's made, because I feel those too. Also, some of you guys may have money, or people perceive that you have money. Um, for some of you, they think that you hide money, or your family has money. Um, you have abundance like about you as well. It's a perception. It's interesting because we have billionaire, we have abundance here. So it tells me like some of you, they perceive like you're a money maker, or your family has money, or you have money. Okay. Or your imagination can make you some money. Okay. So, um, but I feel like it's hard to get to the imagination. Like it's hard to access, because the imagination really catches fire when it has emotion behind it. And I feel like for some of you, like the emotion here is kind of like iced over because of some of the things you've been through. And it's not that you're unfeeling or unkind. I don't feel that at all. I just feel like this exterior is there for a reason. Some of you have always been this way. Like it's just I'm just like this, and I'm not a mean person or a bad person, but I'm just not super friendly to everyone. you know, I just I'm just not that way. Um Once you get to know me, you get the unicorn. you know, I feel like once people get past like you feeling comfortable with them, they get this unicorn, they get the imagination, they get the emotion. Okay. And the first group was guarded, but you're guarded in a different way. It feels like you might be an ice queen or an ice king, like you may be an ice royalty. um, because it just feels like there's a lot of cold energy here. People perceive you as cold. I'm feeling it. Um, but I don't, but I also feel Elsa here. I don't think that you are what people perceive. I feel the coldness, but I also feel it as somebody who's just naturally like this, and there's no ill intention with it. It's just a state of being. I do think that you're a good networker. I think you're good at knowing who you need to talk to and who you need to like open up to. Um, I think when it comes to like your work and things like that, you kind of know the pathway. Um, I think that you should trust that more. You should trust your gut more when it comes to business. Okay, whatever it is you do, because you have a good gut instinct. Okay, and the truth is, with this mentor energy, I think people perceive like whatever you have hidden, whatever this mystery thing is, you it's good. It's a high level thing. Um Whatever it is. And it's the unicorn. It's this magical unicorn energy. It's this powerful imagination. It's the ability to make things happen. It's this ability to like truly network with people in a powerful way to make things happen. It's the ability to overcome obstacles. It's the ability to help others rise up with your energy. Um, you're very powerful. Like you can make shit happen. You can make shit pop off. Um, and I don't think people see this, okay? But I think after the initial coldness, it's almost like you check people out. You do the cold thing and you're like, okay, here's your energy. I'm not sure. Like you check people out. And then once they're past the checkout phase, which could be a little while, then you warm up and then they start to feel this magical billionaire unicorn energy. And um, it's kind of, well, it's magical. It is something they want more of. And they see your strength with the bully. Um, and this bully is very strong and stands up for what they believe in. Um, and this cowardice actions, ooh, they don't like cowardice. This is somebody who's very brave, has a lot of courage, and has wonderful discernment. And really, I'm getting the energy like you should trust that more, okay? The child eternal and imagination, you have an amazing sense of wonder within you. And somehow you have managed to keep it alive. And I honestly, I'm going to tell you, I know people may not understand this, but it has to do with that coldness. You have protected like your inner child, the sense of wonder. And you may be having issues letting it out now. And if you will let that out more, there is a pathway to abundance for you that lies with that sense of wonder, okay? That magical unicorn, okay? All right, we have elevation, ascension, advancement, major soul growth. We have, oh wow, we have happiness, pure joy, euphoria. We have the past lives, past loves, ancestors. This one at the bottom, obstacles, obscurity, clouded judgment. Okay. Okay, I feel like people perceive, first of all, that there's a lot of obstacles to getting to know you as far as the coldness. Like they feel, and I felt this in group 1, okay, but it was different. Okay. This feels like this isn't necessarily like a boundary. Okay, it feels different. It feels like it's an energy that you put off. And it's almost like you have to see how they react to it. It's almost like a test, okay? And it's not that you're manipulative. You're not manipulating anyone. It's just you have to check their energy, point blank period, before they get the unicorn. And so people perceive like, wow, what's like, a lot of people get confused about it. And then later they're like, oh, and sometimes you may get like, wow, when I first met you, it was so weird. It just was weird. I didn't know if you liked me. I didn't know. And you were like, oh yeah, I liked you. It's fine. But it really was that energy thing. Like I do that, but you don't really tell people that, right? And I feel like people are drawn to you. You meet a lot of people who feel like they've known you before, or there's a familiarity. You draw in people that are like from past lives, future lives, all lives, because all time is now and time is not linear. Um, and we have elevation and happiness. Okay. I think when people get to know this unicorn and this billionaire, I'm picking up on positivity. Okay. Um, and we have immediately, I'm drawn to the Saturn energy on that card. You are so powerful. Okay. I feel like you have a lot of discipline at something that you do. Okay. And yeah, it's very powerful. Woo. I feel like when people get the unicorn, they feel they feel joy. They feel happiness. I think you really do elevate people. So people do perceive that there are, obstacles to getting to know you. Okay. They definitely perceive that it's difficult to know you, but it's worth it to know you. Okay. Once they get into this unicorn energy, they're like, the unicorn, right? And they identify this energy as past life. Like I've known you before. They feel drawn to you. Okay. They feel drawn to this energy. And the ones that feel this energy, they are willing to overcome this like icy exterior because they feel so drawn to you. And you may feel it too. And that's why you lower the ice, right? The ice melts, right? Um, and I feel like for some of you, your ancestors bring them to you. Okay. We have happiness and elevation. I think when people get the unicorn, when people get into the unicorn energy, I think you make them really happy. I think you make them joyful. I'm feeling the Leo energy here. Um, you don't have to be a Leo, but there's this energy of being joyful, maybe being an entertainer to a degree to your friends, being kind of the life of the party, entering a room and lighting up. Not everyone gets this though. And honestly, you should share this more. Okay, you should share this out in the world more because it may be your key to your abundance. You may be a Leo moon, okay? Or Leo may affect your moon in some way. Your sun may affect your moon. Um, you may have your moon in the 12th as well. But it feels like people, when they know the unicorn, they perceive you as someone who is, happy, someone who is probably spiritually advanced, which I don't like that, because we're all just it's there's not a race. No one gets any rewards for being advanced. You know what I'm saying? Like it's we're all doing our best. And there's no judgment about where you are or whatever. We're all already there. We all already made it. Oops, sorry, I pulled on the camera. We all already made it there. Okay, so, but they perceive you as someone who is ascended to a degree, who is spiritually advanced. And I think it's because you have a lot of good things to say. You have a lot of vision. Okay. Like I said, your imagination is very big, it's very broad. Um, and I feel like the more in touch with your emotional self you get, the more you'll be able to bring this through. Um, and I feel like you may not be aware of how happy you make people. Um, People really enjoy you. Like they enjoy being around you when you allow that. And here's the deal, the unicorn is inside the bat. Okay, so we have a bat unicorn or unicorn bat, or the unicorn is a bat. But even people who get to know the unicorn, okay, they don't get it all. There's still energy about you that's mysterious with the bat because you have to withdraw. You have to withdraw back into your cave for some quiet time, for whatever that mysterious thing you do, and it leaves people with this edge, this air of a mystery. And I feel that here. I feel like you always maintain an air of mystery. And people want more of that. People are kind of addicted to that to a degree, some people. And that's why you're cautious about who you let in, because you're aware that your energy at times can be a little addictive. You may have had problems in the past with people, being a little overly obsessed with you and things like that. And it may have something to do with what's in your chart. Okay. Um, I'm feeling Cancer here in Pisces as well. You may have water in your chart. I'm picking up on basically all the signs, so Sagittarius as well. We have two cards that dropped. We have the Knight of Wands here. And we have what is this? The Seven of Wands. Lots of fire. Yeah, I feel like you're perceived as someone who goes and gets it. You go get it, and you're not afraid to compete. You're not afraid to put yourself out there. The Knight of Swords. You can be aggressive. You can be aggressive. You are unafraid to be aggressive if necessary. You go after what you want. People perceive you as going after what you want. But you also have like a debonair quality. You do it with style, you do it with grace, okay? But some people find you to be a little ruthless at times. Um, we have someone here, like there's a grave. So, you're not afraid to kind of like do what needs to be done. You do what needs to be done. Okay, so let's pull some more cards here. Tell me more about my group two, this unicorn. You do what needs to be done. And sometimes I feel like you get judged for it. We have a lot of wands here. We have the 9 of wands. And it's because you've been through so much. Like, you take no prisoners kind of thing. Take no prisoners. When you go after something, you go after it. You go after it with style, but you go after it. Okay. I feel like this is a hidden aspect of yourself. And when people see you do this, they're caught by surprise. Um, and when they see you do this, they are kind of shocked. Okay. And they walk away with like, this person is a badass. This person's a badass. Well, if you're a unicorn bat, a bat unicorn, you would be a badass, wouldn't you? So I feel that here. I feel the fire. Lots of fire. We have several more cards. We have the Empress, the Chariot, and Justice. These are 3 major arcana. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. So you are the captain. You are the captain, and you serve justice. You can be people's karma, okay? You absolutely can be people's karma. And woo, it feels intense. It feels like like I said, it has to be done, and it is what it is, and you do what needs to be done, and you move along, okay? And I think you go in quickly. Now I'm feeling like this energy of like, you do what has to be done, you go in quickly, get it done, and move along. And you do that as an act of compassion. I'm hearing like it's an act of compassion to do it that way. I got to tell you, it's difficult because I'm getting this energy of people perceive you at times as a heartbreaker. Like, they at times fear you because of this. You serve karma to people. And sometimes you do it very aggressively, what they think is aggressive. And it may be how you speak to people, it may be in your actions, but you are unafraid to like decimate the obstacle or enemy, because you are at peace with being the villain if you need to be. And other people are very uncomfortable with the unicorn, the bright unicorn, being this bat energy and taking care of what needs to be taken care of. But it makes you a baddie. It does. It makes you someone who really, fun, and, when they get to know you, fun and good conversations, and you have all this wonderful energy. But do not under any circumstances fuck with this Empress. Do not, because you will get taken care of, okay? And it's done with such style and grace, yet very effectively, that you won't see it coming. And we'll be moved along before it happens. And it's your karma for what you've done. And I feel like you're someone who also is actively engaged in serving the karma of others. Like this justice isn't just like justice for like you, it's justice for others. You may be in law enforcement, you may be looking at law enforcement, you may be a lawyer, you may be in like a police, in the police force, the military, you may be a paramedic, you may be a first responder, you may be a counselor, you may be involved in some kind of litigation work. You don't have to be. Um, but I feel like with the chariot here, you could be like involved in healthcare as well, um, helping people through situations. Um, but I feel like when you go in and serve the karma, I feel like there is part of you that does have compassion, and that's why it's done the way it's done. Because if you're going to break someone's heart, let's say we're just going to use it like a Three of Swords situation, you're going to do it quickly, like a surgeon, and be on your way. It's done that way, and because you have this coldness, you use that. You use what you have to be as compassionate as possible. Other people perceive it as ruthlessness, okay? And coldness and unfeeling, and like you're a villain and you victimize people. Now, not everyone does, but some people do, especially people who see this, okay? I know that underneath that is this unicorn, okay? And some people see the unicorn. They see this, right? Other people perceive you as, you know, being a person who isn't afraid, is unafraid, okay? And they're drawn to you. They're drawn to this courageous aspect of you. They're drawn to you because they feel a past life connection, you know. But not everyone will feel that. And those aren't your people, right? They're not your people, okay? All right, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful reading. I enjoyed doing this reading. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected the owl. This is going to be your reading all about how are people currently perceiving you. So keep in mind, it's a general reading. It's a general session. So take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Let's put that right there. Put your owl. Oops, he's upside down. Put your owl. Where is your? Okay, right here. Okay. All right, so let's get into the cards and see what came out for you. Okay, we have incubation. We have guardian. We have prosperity. Ooh, I love that card. I love these cards. We have wand, intention. We have capacity for healing over destruction of environment. Aim and Melahel. Probably didn't say that right, but that's okay. Let's see. We have several of these cards. We have 2 of these cards. Okay. We have blank square. Stay in your lane. So we have activation. We have endurance. We have student. We have mother. This. And victim. Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. I think that all three of these readings had this kind of energy of being perceived as someone who's guarded. Okay. Um, and I feel that here as well. So all three groups have this kind of energy of like, when you first meet me, like, stay in your lane. Like, I also think that you don't have a problem like blocking people or cutting people off. Okay. So, there are people who perceive you as like a no contact, like you don't put up with any bullshit. Okay. You may be a mother or a nurturer, maybe Cancer energy here, water energy here. Okay. I do think that you're attractive. Okay. I do. I think you're attractive. I think your body is attractive. And listen, some of you may be like, Amy, come on. Listen, this is how you're perceived. It's not how you perceive yourself. Okay. Um, some people perceive you as a victim and you still got stuff to learn. Okay. But we have endurance here, Morana. And this tells me that you have been through some stuff. You've endured a lot, okay? And I feel like because of that, you have this energy, okay? You don't put up with bullshit. Like, if you get any whiff that someone is off, we're done. We are done. I'm not putting up with it. Thanks for the friendship. Thanks for the date. Thanks for the business contact, but no. It's just because of what you've been through. It's not personal. It's just vibes. Okay. You go on how you feel. I think because in the past you haven't, and you've been wrong when you haven't. Okay. We have this incubation Ostara over here. And I get this energy. I had this in 2, so you may be drawn to 2, of like, people perceive you as someone who is creative with this mother energy. And with this card right here, the prostitute card, I feel like they feel like there's something you could make money off of, and it may be connected to your image, or you being put out there in front of people selling this thing, or you a product that you have, or something like that. Okay, but it's this creativity, nurturing, giving energy. Okay. And some people perceive this from you. They get this energy. Maybe you're somebody who bakes cookies, and you do for your friends and family and co-workers and things like that. Maybe you have children and you're a wonderful parent. Um, and some of you guys have like familiars, okay? You have guardian energy. I also feel like you're very, when it comes to your family, your friends, I feel like people know that you're very protective. You have a very protective energy. People perceive this off of you. Um, that especially with the stay in your lane, like don't mess with mine. Okay? Like, if you mess with mine, you're going to be sorry. All right? Um and again, I don't feel like it's personal, it's vibrational. Okay? I think you are a healer and a change maker. I think you've had to heal yourself a lot. I think you have been a victim. I think you've had to own that label. And you know, owning it can be difficult for people who have really been victimized to own the label of victim, and it can be very empowering. If you've really been a victim, you may not have like been like, I don't want to own being a victim, because it means it really happened. And I feel like for you, you had to kind of like come to terms with whatever that meant. Okay, because of that, you've had to really endure like the process of knowing what you went through. Um, and it has, again, I'm having the theme of compassion coming through. Compassion, I think, has been in all three groups today. I feel like you are perceived as someone with a lot of compassion. I think you have a capacity to heal other people through your level of compassion. Um, there's mother energy here. I'm feeling divine feminine energy here, creative energy here, fertile energy here, a fierce protector. We have prosperity. Again, I'm seeing Demeter as well. Like, I think I pulled Demeter in another group. I think maybe one. Um, yeah, let's pull some more cards here. Tell me more about my group three. Tell me more about my group three. Okay, they want me to pull from this one. Okay. I do think you trigger people with this activation card. We have Mars retrogrades, impulsive rage of anger, hostile, major blowouts, and violence. Okay, I do think that when you get really mad, which I don't think you get really mad very often, but you have, and it doesn't mean that this is energy, not gender. Okay, I think when you get really angry, there is feminine rage here. Okay, and you focus it. You focus your rage, which makes it extremely powerful. You don't want that. You don't want a divine feminine energy who is healed and is a healer to focus their divine feminine rage in any way towards you or your person or your situation. And a lot of you transmute it as well. We have your closest friends hold grudges against you. I feel like there's jealousy here, and this is the only group I've picked that up. I think it's because you look good. I do. I think it's because you're attractive. Even if you don't think you are, there's something about your style, the way you talk, the way your mannerisms that people find hot. You know, maybe you make money from the way you look or the way you present yourself or something. You don't have to. You know, you could be sitting, you know, in an office, but it's the way people perceive you. Okay. And I got to tell you, it's people get really jealous, especially when they see someone who is powerful. And I feel like you're really powerful. There is divine feminine energy here for sure. Tell me more. I think some of your closest friends, they hold grudges of jealousy against you. Jealousy over accomplishments, jealousy over how you look, how you make your money, the attention. Amethyst, psychic protection, control spiritual energies while dreaming, and can help with insomnia and nightmares. I think that you've had to kind of protect yourself psychically from people like trying to psychically attack you. I feel like you're very powerful. You may be a witch, okay? You're very powerful, and I think people, if they don't like cast on you, I feel like there's a lot of like hateful energy that comes to you. This is not this one, wrong card. This is a card of judgment, okay? Um, and these two cards are difficult for people. These two energies are difficult for people to balance out. How can you be mother and have sexiness? How can you do this? Okay, it's very, very difficult for people to balance this energy out. And you can get a lot of hate for that. You can get a lot of jealousy. You can get a lot of spiritedness. And it doesn't have to be a casting for it to affect you psychically or mentally. Some people try to get in your business. Some people try to stop the flow of your money in your business. So, you know, and they could be your closest friends or your colleagues, okay, who don't wish you well. I feel like you may have some anger coming towards you. Um, I do think that some people may perceive you as an angry person, even uh, because of this, because you cut people off, because you say stay in your lane, like you don't come for me because you don't know, and if you come for me, you're gonna know. And people perceive that as anger, and it's not. It's not anger. It's a motherfucking boundary. Don't cross it. Because unlike the others, if people cross your boundaries, you are going to actively engage. You're going to say, "Did you cross my boundary, bitch?" Because it's put there for a reason. So if you come for me, just be warned. I'm going to come for you. And you're not going to like it. Tell us more. I feel like you're perceived as someone someone with this energy. You may be a Gemini. And people have a hard time. Like, how do we balance this? They see you as one or the other sometimes. But when they get this energy, they freak out. Because some people overstep their bounds with you. And when they do, you're like, no. We have beware of anyone from the past wanting to enter back into your life. That is where the anger, the perception of anger comes from. Because when you cut a bitch off, it's done. You don't do do-overs. You don't do second chances. And people perceive that as you're angry. You're hostile. You hold grudges. You're immature. No, you guard your peace. That's it. You guard your peace. We have causing unexplained body pain and numbness. I feel like people sometimes, okay, Spirit's funny. Sometimes people perceive you as a pain in the ass that won't go away. Like once they overstep your boundaries, once they continually do not stay in their lane, then yes, you become a pain in the ass. You do. And you're not sorry and you don't care. And that's good. That's good. You know, that's your thing. And because of that, people perceive you as having some of the darker energy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being protective of yourself. But you have light energy. You have creative energy too. So I feel like for some people, it causes a real issue. Some people love it. They're very drawn to it. They want more of it. And other people are like, I don't understand. How can you be both things at the same time? Feminine energies are both things at the same time. They can be both things at the same time. Feminine is more than a mother. Way more. Way more. You're missing the boat. You're missing the ship. If you only see a feminine energy as one thing. The Empress. Boom! She came right the fuck out of that deck. Boom, bitch. The Empress. Boom. I think I got the Empress on group 2 as well. We have 3 cards here. The Empress, the Ace of Wands, and the World. I think people do feel and perceive this Empress energy from you. I think they do. I think when they feel this, they are like, they feel almost like, I just feel so, this motherly type, creative, familiar energy, this nurturing energy, and they love it. But sometimes they say things they shouldn't, they misbehave, they get out of their lane, whatever it is. And you may allow them to do this a little. But man, boom, it'll switch. And with this Ace of Wands, when it does, it's like the Empress gets her wand and the world changes. Things change. The relationship changes and you can't go back. You can't do it over. And it actually scares people. I think people are scared of you. I think you have people afraid of you. And you're okay with that because you're fierce. You are very fierce. I did a reading on why are you so fierce? You are fierce. Group 2 was a baddie. They're a badass. You are fierce. You're fierce because you had to own being a victim. You had to become a student to heal yourself. You had to overcome some kind of very destructive situation in your environment, okay? We're not getting into that shit, but it was very destructive. There's a lot of fire with aim, okay? And something was very destructive. You had to own the fact that you were victimized, something happened to you. You had to kind of enter this phase of your life where you had to learn how to heal. You had to take time to heal. You may still have to do that. And now you have this mother, divine feminine energy, and you also have this divine feminine energy, okay? This is high priestess energy, okay? Some people may be like, how is that possible? Go look it up. What is a hero dual? A hero dual. I'm probably mispronouncing it. Hierduale. Okay. It's a sacred priestess who performs sacred rites, okay, of love. Okay. So you had to heal yourself. So you are fierce and you don't put up with nonsense. And people have seen you do this and they're afraid that they'll lose contact with you. When people talk shit on you, because they do, and you know they do, because of course they do with this energy. You're attractive. You're hot. Some of you guys have amazing hair. Some of you guys have an amazing booty. Some of you guys have amazing boobies. Some of you guys have a hard body, like a chest to die for, a chin. Your jawline is just sharp as an edge. Some of you guys just have like the way your style is popping. Like you have got style like nobody else. And it causes jealousy. And you nip that shit in the bud. When you feel it, you're like, nope, bye, see ya. I don't do that. You activate people that way. You know, you trigger people. And you understand as the Empress, the High Priestess Empress, you're not just an Empress, you're a fucking High Priestess. You know that when you trigger people and they act out and they say things and they don't stay in their lane and you have to block them or you have to let them go, you know that by doing that, you have activated them. They can either grow or no. It's their choice. But you've done your magic. You've released it. And you own that shit. I feel like you're perceived as someone with elegance and grace. Some of you guys are very elegant. You're very graceful. And I feel like there is also some mystical aspects about you. I think you're very connected to the divine feminine, the dark feminine as well. And I feel like the dark feminine is the part of you that is feared. Of course, of course. We have the Suite of Swords. This is the, how many of swords? 8. The 8 of Swords. The Hermit. There are energies that perceive you as a loner, okay? And that they can't get access to you. They see the Hermit here as also, there's a level of like self-knowledge with the Hermit, a level of spiritual mastery that only being alone really can give you. I feel like you may enjoy being alone as well. But they also perceive you as someone who just can't come out of that. Like they can't get to you. And I feel like like this may be a side message here for you guys. Like it may be time for you to come out of your hermit status. Um, and people may be perceiving that you're trying to do this to a degree, because the mother aspect is very activated, whether it be light or dark or imbalance. And I feel like the mother aspect is seeking connection to a degree. And there is a need to kind of like let go with the world, let go of what's holding you back so you can move forward. Okay. And with the Ace of Wands, I'm feeling like there's some kind of inspired action that's going to help you see some kind of inspired thought. This may come from someone else. Someone tells you something or you see something, but there's some kind of action taking place. There's some kind of thought that's going to help you move into a new cycle. Okay. You may actually be moving. You may actually like changing apartments or homes or whatever. You may be changing jobs. Okay. All of this movement allows you to move more fully into the Empress energy, the divine feminine energy, the dark feminine energy. And I feel like it will be a time where you will be happier. You will be more fulfilled, okay? And people will begin to perceive the Empress energy from you, the divine feminine, the high priestess energy. They will perceive your strength as well. The mystery around you will increase. Also, the charm will increase around you. Some of you guys may be casting these spells or manifestations, these rituals to help increase your attraction and your charm. And they're going to blossom. I'm hearing they're going to blossom. And you're going to be able to move out of this energy of maybe not feeling comfortable around people because you've been on this journey of healing. You've been on this journey of self-discovery. And, you know, you were activated. I feel like you have been working on this. So you were activated to do this healing work. And now it's time for you to move out. And people may be sensing this, like, it's, you know, it's time for you to come out more and more, and they may be wanting to see you more or talk to you more. And it's very important that you go with the flow of that. Okay, you allow it to kind of manifest for you. All right, because there are good things behind that. And um, it's time to allow the things that you learned through this healing process, through this hermit process, through this balancing process to come forward. It is the Empress energy, okay? And it's going to help you and people around you and the people that you are attracting into your life, all right? Okay, group three, that's what I received for you. I really enjoyed connecting with your energy and doing this reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.